Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints.
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is my man who loves to watch a really short version of the movie without a conclusion. It's Frank. How are you today?
I'm good. Yeah, I just can't. I just got to have a short version of it. I don't watch the whole thing. Just give it to me in 90 seconds or less.
90 seconds or less. Do you think you can get a whole movie in 90 seconds or less?
Yeah. 1 second per minute.
1 second per minute. I would actually really like to see someone take a whole movie and do 1 second per minute of the movie. If the movie's 2 hours, whatever, give me a 2 minute of exactly what happens in that time. A wild experiment that I don't want to do myself. That I have to keep living. But if I didn't, I would attempt to work on that.
Yes.
Frank, here at Beer with Geeks, we drink beer and talk about geeky things. Let's talk beer first. What are you having today?
Well, there's a bit of a chill in the air as we start to head into autumn here.
So you're drinking the lightest lager.
Yeah. Okay, I literally was setting you up for it. So there you go. But no, I am having a stout. I am having, actually, it's a porter. It is the Old World Porter, the Hartwell Old World Porter by Dirt Church Brewing Company, from East Haven, Vermont. I think I may have had this once before.
Can looks vaguely familiar, but I think it's also sold around me, so I'm not fair. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a really nice porter. I'm really enjoying it, and it's appropriate for the weather, or so they tell me.
It is appropriate for the weather. You're right. You're absolutely right. I have a stout that's waiting for me in the fridge, but I just wasn't feeling a stout. Sometimes you're like, no, if I drink this, I won't finish it, and that's not nice for me or the beer or the people who bothered to make it. So instead, I'm drinking a Castle Island brewing from the Castle Island Brewing Company, just their white ale, which is their Belgian style wheat beer. Brewed with all the usual things: coriander, citrus, orange peel, pink peppercorn.
Ooh.
And so it kind of feels like a slight send off to summer.
Yeah. Okay.
At the, while also, being dark enough that it's, can't be mistaken for water.
Sure. Yeah, that's generally nice.
But it's very good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's actually one of the better Belgian styles I've had in some time. Sometimes they just kind of sit in your stomach awkwardly.
They can.
After a while, they feel a little too heavy. But not this one. It's really tasty. Very happy with it.
Nice. Yeah, I love Castle Island stuff. I haven't had one in a while now, but I always like them. I'm pretty sure I've had the one you're having at some point. Yeah, but I always love their stuff.
Have you ever been to Castle Island?
Oh, sure. Yeah, a couple times.
Castle. Really deceptive. It's like a deceptive name.
Also, not really an island.
No, it's kind of like Rhode
anymore.
Island.
Yeah.
You're not really an island. Has islands, has a lot of them.
Sure does.
Not an island. Yeah. I have to think about that. Yeah, no, it's definitely not an island.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Castle Island, I mean, I guess it was an island, and now the bridge is so big, and there's some landfill there too. So,
yes.
So much landfill around Boston. You never know what was land and what is just built on.
Exactly. No, it's just like Castle Island, landfill. Charlestown, landfill. Whatever. North End, landfill. I kid. It's beautiful there.
It is. It's lovely.
It is lovely. Frank, we're kind of in trailer season right now. Things are popping out into the geek world. But as we're heading into, the fall and winter and whatever else, it means that people are settling into, what movies are coming within the next year. And so we have three big trailers that we should talk about. Thunderbolts dropped pretty recently. Marvel Studios Thunderbolts. The Joker sequel comes out next week, beginning of October.
That's right.
And Venom 3 comes out sometime vaguely in the future, eventually, along with Kraven the Hunter, which also is coming out sometime eventually in the future. It's happening.
Yeah, I guess. If it must.
I guess. Yeah.
If it must.
So let's talk about all three of those. Let's save Thunderbolts to the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, because that was the one that was most recently dropped. Let's start with Joker, since that one is coming out really soon.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Are you going to see Joker? We haven't even talked about this.
I guess.
I feel like that's how everybody feels.
Yeah.
The first one, I'm definitely seeing that. Like, that's like what an interesting concept or whatever. It looks really good. This one, I'm like, I feel like I've seen you already. And it wasn't an experience I want to repeat. Not because the movie's bad. It's quite well made, but it's very uncomfortable.
Yes. Yes.
And it says all it needs to say. And every trailer that has come our way for this movie is like, yeah, that's you're saying a lot of the same things you said the last time.
That's it.
Imagery and symbolism, and I just really okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think that's how a lot of people feel, honestly. I mean, to have Harley Quinn is introduce her into the story. Like, I'm not against any of that. And I'm not against Lady Gaga. None of that. I don't have any problem with any of that. I agree with you, though, that it just feels like there's nothing materially new that they're exploring here. There doesn't. I mean, at least from what they've shown us.
I feel like a part of that is the marketing of the movie, for sure. Like it's because they were like, it's a musical, like that's pretty well known, but at the same time, like you're not selling it that way.
No.
Like you are, but only in that we don't want you to know it's a musical because we don't want to scare you away marketing thing,
right?
But because of that, it doesn't feel any different. It's not doing anything,
right? And
so I think they're trying to grab a different audience than the movie that they made. I don't know.
That's right. I think that's right. I think they're trying to sell it to people who loved the first one. To be like, look, it's more of the movie you loved, and look what all the critics are saying. Oh, it's dazzling, it's delightful, it's outrageous, it's whatever.
Yeah. Nerd who sits there says it's the best thing I've seen in a month.
Sure.
You're like, I love watching because before a couple years ago, they would use Deadline, Variety, Roger Ebert, whatever.
Sure.
Basically just the big ones. And now they're Pinwheel Nerds say this is a work of art. And you're and I'm like, what? Who are they? And what credentials do they have? Are they actual critics, or are they just some dude talking about stuff like we are? Because you can listen to us all you want, but we're not
don't take us seriously.
Right. This is not our profession. And so my master's degree is in art and critiquing
True.
in the humanities and film and whatever. So it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about, but at the same time, that's not my career is not reviewing films.
Right.
And so I I don't know, it's just stupid. It's
I'm just a pinwheel nerd.
I'm just a pinwheel nerd who says this is an auteur film.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up. It makes me want to see it less.
Yeah.
Because they're trying so hard to be winner of the Cannes Film Festival. The Tony Soprano Award. Couldn't get the De Palma Award.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. It just feels like a stretch,
Agreed.
And I really just don't know if I'm going to get to it until it comes out on my TV. Like I'm just not.
Right.
And even then, it's going to be like I'm going to watch it over 3 days and forget what happened each consecutive time.
Right.
Which is not fair to the movie or the people who made
it's not,
it.
but
that's
it's
life.
When it's all you can do. When it's all you can do, it's all you can do, man.
They were like, they're all lucky I could watch The Penguin in near one sitting.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was like an hour episode, and I watched it over like the course of an hour and a half, which is actually incredible. Which was excellent, by the way. If you haven't watched it, it's like really.
I haven't yet, but it is. I absolutely will. Sometime in the upcoming week or two.
They're doing something different,
Okay.
But I've heard a lot of like it's the Sopranos, but I'm like I didn't watch the Sopranos, so I don't care.
Got it.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. But yeah, it was good. I really like it.
Love it. I'm excited to watch it.
Things you definitely are not excited to watch and also don't love. Let's talk about Venom 3.
Yeah, no.
Did you see the second one?
Nope.
Let There Be Carnage? You didn't see the second one at all? I think I liked it more than the first one.
I think you said that, yeah.
Yeah, I think because Carnage was in it. Not like great, but he was in it.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, this one just looks... I just hate them. I don't hate them. They're just like, it's just a really weird take on Venom that I can't get behind. I don't like Venom feeling like he's like the schoolboy nerd who's also like, who likes to eat people. It just feels weird to me.
It's a weird, it feels like a weird reaction to Deadpool. It feels like they're weird, sort of like, let's try to do the same thing, but with a spin on it. And I think the spin on it kind of makes it different enough that it's no longer that thing, and it turns into a different thing that I find honestly just kind of obnoxious. I think that's how I felt about the first one. And I didn't, skip the second one out of some kind of protest or anything. I just never got around to it because I didn't care to watch it, and I'd never been bored enough to be like, all right, let's put this on tonight.
Well, that's why I still haven't watched Morbius or Madam Web because I just like.
Oh sure, yeah, Madam Web's good. Yeah,
haven't watched them because they don't seem interesting to me.
Yeah,
someone did tell me that they said Madam Web feels like an early 2000s superhero movie, but not in a bad way. It's like they've like moved beyond it, like we've moved on that style, but it feels that way. And because the movie is supposed to take place in the early 2000s, like it's kind of fun to like have a movie like that. But
I believe, well, I don't know who told you that per se, but well, then in that case, I do know who it was, and it was me. And I told you on episode 482, MaDune Web, where we talked about it. We called it the Barbenheimer of our time. Because I see. Because you saw Dune Part 2, and I saw Madam Web, and we told each other about it.
That's right. Okay,
so
I do
that's
remember.
the Barbenheimer of our time. Yes.
The very funny thing about that is the clear, like I don't know, the clear delineation and quality in the two movies.
Oh yeah, it's striking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like horribly striking.
It honestly is an insult that we put those two movies in the same conversation, but
yes, at least Oppenheimer and Barbie were both great. Like,
True.
know, just totally different, but great.
Yes.
That's really funny. I can't. All right. Well, there we go. See, I do listen when you talk. I just didn't remember that you said it.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
I can live with that.
So do you think you'll end up seeing Venom 3? Did you watch the trailer?
I have watched the trailer. That's actually what made me partially made me think of the Deadpool thing. But no, I don't think I'm going to see it. Like realistically, I'm being honest with myself. I don't, especially not having seen the second one. I'm not going to like do homework. I
don't like buyer's homework. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they're built that way. No, don't think so.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I haven't been reading Marvel in a while, but they talk about, I think his name is Null, which is the symbiote king.
Yes.
Whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going in that direction, but like also I still don't care. Like I'm glad other people do, but I don't care.
I mean, that's how I felt about them doing Venom at all. It's like, oh, cool. Like that sounds cool. And then it's a take that I didn't care for. So
it wasn't. Then it wasn't.
Right. And
that sounds cool, narrator. And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
You know, like,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's interesting is that, you know, we've talked about that, like, I'm sometimes like you can get in the zone of like, well, if we don't watch all of it, then it's all going away.
Right. Right.
But I just can't, in a weird way, just can't bring myself to actually watch the Sony ones.
Right.
Which is so weird because I don't know, because I assume they're going to be bad, which is unfair.
Yeah.
It's actually unfair to them because they always look good. And by look good, I mean visually, like the color
yes.
He's on set. It's like, is always like incredibly eye pleasing.
Sure.
Like their depth of color and feel and everything just like feels like really like, wow, what a movie that I like want to experience on the big screen. But I just know the story is nonsense.
Yeah.
And I just like can't get over the story just being nonsense.
And like they're very high production value movies but like the one thing they skimp on is the story. You know, like they get great cast, great people working on it. Like they look amazing. You know, they'll get a great composer. Like everything will be awesome. And then the one thing they're like, yeah, the story doesn't matter. No. I can't understand how they're operating.
It's also weird to me that like, so the fun fact. So I've got a fun fact, whatever day you listen to this coming at you. A good friend of mine recently met the screenwriter for, I think I told you this a long time ago. Recently met the screenwriter for Madam Web and the Power Rangers reboot movie and Morbius and Dracula Untold. It's like the same guy. Apparently he's super nice. Like he's just like, and my friend asked the question like, what is it? You know, like you keep writing these movies and whatever. And he said Sony's great to work for, and so. Which I find fascinating because they're just like, whatever you give me is good. Like, just make it off of this. Here's your money. Like, I feel like he's got a lot of creative control or whatever, or just not a lot of notes, or they're asking for something pretty basic, which he's happy to provide, and he just moves on.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Like that like he knows how to write what they're looking for. You know. I'm sure he's a very good writer. Like I'm sure he doesn't have. I
liked Dracula Untold.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure he's a great writer. I don't doubt that at all. And I don't doubt he's a nice guy either. But yeah, I do. I think he's very good at writing what they want, and what they want is something that has very broad appeal that you shouldn't question or look too closely at. And
they are the kind of movies that you could flip on halfway through.
That's it.
Like scrolling through cable, you land on FX and you'd be like, oh, Venom's on. Oh, he's doing a thing.
That's what it is. That's exactly right. Yep. They all feel that way. We're like, I just don't get that. But they feel like that kind of movie, except I'm sitting in a theater, let's say, you know, watching it. And it just feels like I got sort of swindled.
Right. They were like built. It's like a movie like built for like home video release. Like they knew it wasn't going to do well, but they make it up on the back end. But they don't really make it up on the back end anymore. So I'm not really sure why they're making a movie like that.
At this point, it's just to hold on to the characters, right? Like that's what Sony's is doing at this point. But like they could do that for a lot less effort for a lot less money.
Absolutely. I just saw I think Marvel and Sony updated their deal a little bit, where now it's if Marvel wants to use a Spider-Man character, they're not allowed to announce they're using the character until 30 days after, like, if that character has been like used in a home video, like a previous thing. So if Marvel wanted to use Venom, they're not allowed to announce they're using Venom till 30 days after Venom 3 has made it onto a streaming platform.
I see.
And then after they'd be like, but we're also doing Venom. Fun fact.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is, to me, reads as they want to use those characters,
right?
Like and like you want to keep making money from us, like you're gonna obey,
Right. Yeah, it's
So-
like they at least established a process to do that, and I wonder what kind of negotiation that took. All right, 30 days after the home video release,
like what?
I get it, right? I get it. It's like, all right, like we'll give us the all the time we need to market it in the theater, market it when it goes to DVD and Blu-ray, market it when it goes to streaming, and give us like a 30-day buffer to market it on streaming before you announce, before you like sort of steal our thunder. But I
feel like, oh man, I guess this is the only Venom I'm going to get, so I'll watch this Venom 30 days later. They're like, wait, the MCU's going to have a Venom? Like, been swindled. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that knowing there's a new movie coming, I think a lot of people will watch the existing ones on streaming.
Absolutely, because I don't think the general movie goer clearly delineates between this universe and that universe and whatever. Like people still ask, like, why is Batman not an Avenger? Because
Right?
he's owned by
Yeah.
a
Yes.
company. You know, like most people don't know or don't care.
Right.
So like there's actually I think a fairly small percentage of the movie audience that is the one that actually knows that stuff.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. I think a lot of people, you say it's a different company, and they're like, "There's companies."
Right. This company. Yeah. I was talking to my friend today about like Kyle Chandler being cast as Green Lantern.
I'm so excited about that.
Me too. Great cat. Like Kyle Chandler's great. Like excellent choice.
It's an older Hal than I would expect, but I'm not against it at all.
I'm right. I guess they've always been like looking for like a close to retirement Hal to like teach the new kid on the block the tricks. Like that's like what they were going for.
But he's not going to be teaching. You don't think he's going to be teaching Guy Gardner?
No, he's teaching Jon Stewart.
Oh, he is teaching Jon Stewart. We know this. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Have they cast Jon Stewart?
No.
Okay.
The only guy cast so far is Kyle Chandler.
Okay. Good. This is very good.
Which is great. I love Kyle Chandler. He's like, I don't think he's like as loved as he should be. He's really good.
I think he's fantastic. Yeah. I've loved him since before Friday Night Lights.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's always good. He's always quality.
Yeah.
So, I'm very happy about that. Even again, he's a little older than I would have wanted, but also like whatever.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care at all. He's awesome, so I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like leading to Parallax. I feel like that's kind of.
I gotta think so. Yeah. I mean, that would be the like, the best thing to build up to, right? I'm pumped. I'm pumped about the direction that the DC movies are starting to like. It's shaping up to be a direction that I can really get behind. So far, everything I've seen looks okay.
Actually, I think that was actually my original lead-in where I was saying that like people online, I guess, have been talking about like, oh well, whatever his like, they're leading to their big version of like if they're like whatever their Infinity.
Yeah, sure.
This or that, whatever. And I said, I don't think they're really doing that based on like, because the Marvel thing is like, well, if you watch, like you technically can enjoy them all separately, but you really can't. You're missing too many people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So like, you can just go and watch Superman, or you can just watch Creature Commandos, or you can just watch Peacemaker, or you can just watch Lanterns or whatever. You don't have to watch all of them, and like they're not all building to, oh my gosh, Parallax is the big villain of the Justice League movie that's coming. Like, I don't think so. I think they're just like, you like Superman, watch Superman. If you like other things, you can watch other things. But like, you don't have to watch Superman to understand what's happening inside Lanterns.
Sure, that's fair. Yeah.
Which I can 100% get behind. I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with
Love
that. I gotta think they want to do some kind of team up eventually, though, right? Because like there's so much money to be made there that I can't see them not doing it. But
I think their mandate that like the script has to be good first, otherwise the thing's not getting made.
Yeah,
you can't do that in a world where you have to build the next one to get to the next.
No,
one.
it's right. It's right.
Whatever. So many of the Marvel movies like end up going before the script's done.
Yeah,
like, and they roll.
Yeah,
and
which
that's
is
not what. Then
it's really a pity, and it's really ironic because like I feel like what gave Marvel its edge from the very beginning as a studio was that they were very very story driven and like so much work went into the story. Like, I mean, I guess it still does to a degree, but like, it's just not. They're clearly sort of starting. They're stretched thin, and the story is starting to suffer a little bit. In as they're trying to sort of keep cranking them out.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, it's funny that you say like they were story driven originally, because like Iron Man basically shot without a script, like a finished script.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
From the Marvel, it's almost like the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby Marvel method in some way, where they would he's like, here's the plot outline, make the art.
Yeah.
And then we'll add the words in later. It kind of feels that's how they make the movie, where they're like, here's the basic plot. So let's make the movie and we'll add the words in as we go. And, like, sometimes you can really tell.
Yeah.
Like in some movies you can tell. More recently, because they I guess Marvel is pretty famous for like really building the movie in the edit room.
Yeah.
Where they shoot a lot of different versions of this and this and this and this and this, and then they build like the finished product in the edit room, as opposed to having a complete idea and then choosing like the most cohesive version of that
that's
idea.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, it's hard to argue with it because it is very successful.
It does work,
yeah,
right, and it is accessible. Yeah, I agree. But it also has its holes.
Yes,
like the more they put out. So, but anyway,
yeah.
Speaking of Marvel, the Thunderbolts trailer was released, which is kind of Thunderbolts is like the Suicide Squad ish of the Marvel universe. We've got lovable characters like Black Widow the Second,
yes,
Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster,
and Bucky,
and honestly, I wasn't excited for this at all. But the trailer, I mean, they all look fun, which is stupid to say, like, oh man, it actually does look good, because that's where I feel like I am with a lot of Marvel things now.
Yeah,
it might be good, but it does look good. It looks fun.
It does. It absolutely does.
All Marvel movies are. It's like so weirdly surprises me every time. I don't know why.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Marvel movie looks fun. Of course it does. They all look fun.
And they all are fun, honestly, for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
This got me excited. I wasn't, and now I am, having seen this.
Seeing all these characters together made me realize that like I actually do like many of these characters enough to like watch them again.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like Bucky. I like U.S. Agent. I forgot about him the first time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was it Chris Walker? Forgot his first name. Walker, Texas Ranger.
No, it's we just talked about him in the Godzilla show.
Godzilla episode. Yeah. Well, no, his character name, not
his character's name. Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. I can't remember either one though. Can't remember the guy's name.
Wyatt Russell.
Russell. Yes, Russell. Thank you, Wyatt Russell. Thank you.
But then I don't remember his character's name.
Walker. Something Walker. Johnny Walker. No.
Sure.
Tommy Walker.
Honestly, John Walker doesn't sound that.
John Walker. Jebediah Walker. I don't. Doesn't matter.
I'll use my lookup for that.
Yeah, thank you. No, it does look good. It looks like. I do like when Marvel is like, okay, we're bringing Taskmaster back. We know you didn't like it in Black Widow, but we gave them a better mask.
Yep.
So be more excited. And honestly, I'm sucker for a good costume. I like the mask. You look more like Taskmaster.
It's true.
Pretty happy.
Yeah. It is John Walker. John F. Walker.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I dig it. I'm a big fan of Bucky too, and I liked the Winter Soldier callback with the thing at the end with the little disc thing that shoots out. So I don't know. Like I don't know much to say on it. Most of the trailer is clearly like the first act of the movie. Together. And so
it is only the teaser trailer, right? So
it teased me.
There's more to come, but yeah, I think you're right. It's only Act 1. There's a lot. There's a lot we're not seeing. There's probably entire characters we're not seeing.
I mean, but between that and Captain America and Daredevil coming my way, I'm actually more excited for some future Marvel projects than I've been in a little while.
Same. Yeah.
So
that's a good.
Some other ones haven't excited me. Like I was really excited about Doctor Strange, the second Doctor Strange movie years ago. But was good. But like Agatha is going on right now. Agatha all along, and it's going. It's along.
Is anybody talking about it? I haven't really heard anybody talk about it.
No, I'm getting too old to pay attention to people talking about things anymore.
I kind of feel like the moment passed. I feel like they had a moment when WandaVision was out, and if they could have followed it up sooner, like within a year, maybe it would have caught on. But I kind of feel like it's been like 4 years. That's kind of a long time, and it's like that pop culture moment is over, and so it's you either are trying to rekindle it or I don't know.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, I watched most of the first episode, and I haven't been able to go back to it. I have been enjoying. I did enjoy what I watched, but I think like the cast is good. Like it's Aubrey Plaza and Catherine Hahn, like basically the only two people that I really knew besides some of the it's kind of funny. Like she I don't know if you watched it yet, but
I haven't started yet.
It starts with her like investigating a murder and like whoever it is like got squished by something really heavy, and she says like, "Are they dead?" And her partner's like, "Oh, she is most sincerely dead."
Most sincerely dead.
Right, yeah, right. Which is it's about witches and someone was crushed, and it's that's good. That was quality.
That's
I'm
good.
in now.
Yeah, all right.
Really good. Yeah.
Right. That was a good sales pitch right there too.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that was, and like I actually haven't felt that it has like let up from there. Like I'm like kind of interested in the mystery and so far. So yeah. But like I said, I haven't gone back to it because it was either that or Penguin and Penguin 1.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, it won my attention.
I hear that.
But anyway, so basically, in summary, we're probably not going to see the second Joker movie, or we will eventually. Like one of us will eventually. Probably me.
Probably you.
Yep. We're probably not going to see Venom 3. I might one day if I can watch it for free. Even then, I haven't watched Morbius or Madam Web either.
Sure.
So the only reason I watched the Carnage one is because I like Carnage enough, and I like Andy Serkis who directed it. So
sure.
That was enough. But and then we will be seeing Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts we will absolutely be seeing. Yeah.
Still say even Marvel at its worst, it's still kind of fun.
Yeah.
So whatever.
It's gonna be a good time. You know that.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't look like Marvel at its worst. So
no, it definitely doesn't. No. At least yes, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited for Florence Pugh alone. Like I've really loved her take on that character, and so like I'm excited to have her back.
Yep, David Harbour.
I love David Harbour as well. Yes.
Yeah, and I just love how much Sebastian Stan has gotten, how much mileage he's gotten out of Bucky.
Oh man, really? Like what an unlikely outcome for Bucky.
Right, but also like he's probably been in more stuff than like most of the Avengers now.
Yeah,
think about it.
Truly,
it's like before we go, I actually want to figure this out. So it's Captain America. He was in Captain America. He was in Winter Soldier.
Sure.
He was in Captain America 3.
Yep.
He was in Infinity War. He was in Endgame. He was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Which is at TV, so let's throw up 2 more fingers just for the amount of like
yeah, right, for the number of episodes he's in. Yeah.
And now Thunderbolts.
Now Thunderbolts, yeah.
So technically 7 products, but I'm going all the way, maybe all the way.
And then did he do the voice for What If? And like
What If, right? Yeah. If he's like anywhere in there, like I'm gonna say like he showed up somewhere else at some point too.
Yeah.
I missed one. Was he in Black Widow very briefly? Pretty sure he was.
He might have been.
Almost positive.
I only watched Black Widow once. I watched, and obviously at home.
Panther? No, can't remember.
No, I don't think he's in Black Panther.
Okay. The end of? No, that doesn't matter. But anyway, like good for him. That's like the same amount as Iron Man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like pretty close.
It's
like
that's
it's a
lot of mileage.
Bucky. It's freaking Bucky.
It's freaking Bucky.
Like, it's like so good for him.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So no complaints. But all right, Frank, we've rambled enough. Where can the people find us?
You can head on over and hear our ramblings at beerwithgeeks.com. You can like and subscribe us in any podcast app. The podcast app of your choice will work. All the links are there at beerwithgeeks.com, so you can check them out there. You can also find the show notes there, where I've linked the episode that we talked about earlier about Dune and Madame Web. I often link things that we talk about there, so keep an eye on that. You can also find the show notes in most podcast apps, so to take a look there as well. And you can rate and review us. That always helps, always appreciated, on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, all that fun stuff. And that's you can contact us at beerwithgeeks@gmail.com. And that pretty much takes care of that.
It was the whole kit and caboodle,
Yeah.
as somebody one time, and it just stuck around.
It did.
But Frank, we're not sticking around, but we will see you later. So until next time, cheers.
Cheers.